me mesero boy mi ko ma se na mano fan ni du wen e grupa u wa me ayang me do charity james bo lai ko bon mo si ba ki so ukara Akwa Ibom State ebe ngidem adidiana ye wo bang ke utum adi yo nyong krem fanan di ayam ye ukwo ke Akwa Ibom State uliana kamu kara sen ngene temo sese ko ke nam no ri ngome idara mbon ufo utum ekoto Ministry of Finance akidan nyan ege to Abuja edi Akwa Ibom State uliana kamu kara sen ngene maba mem ko su kara sen ngene na ngadi kan boke ediong usong siro kari dan nyene nyene yuke mesu kara sen nyene sanko ke ni kanbo ke yom fanan di ngai dam ke sen nyen ite mo se ko ama tanga no mi sene wo mi ebo ke kara sen nyen sene ko ke di yom men fana ke sanga me ama na wo ngadi kama ko te di no ke echi usong Aisha Oma ado antigira mi sene wo mi usong bi sanga me ake bo ke ntari sang me mo ke kwai bo mo kero ba idi diongo ndaran fanan diongo dam ke sen nyen nyang ini fio ba mem ko se sen nyen nam adi trem fanan diong ke Akwa Ibom State ke patre udiana kamu kara sen nyen ama be mi sen wo mi asa anga ke won mi ti u bon diong se kara sen nyen bo u so ke do anye ake Blue Street ye nye da ke Ekmumana Street nkoro me itemfen kwa afiong sen efreke ke afiong November adu sen unadu isiore namte usene di yo kereken adu nka United Nations isi usene menam adi kan boken midat nambun nombono weni fiore banga ufon ana ante yo kereken Akwa Ibom sen ko idi dara den kedinam usen faneme sten nyan eyanye asanga sanga mbo emem yembono boro kara yebia state eda ke adama senyan nudiana kamukara ke Akwa Ibom State ye ke bia state eya banga ke mbogo minko nudiana kamukara senye temo seseko atange senyan na mami baite yombono wo ufon adi yo kereken bana kwanke tumbono bio sironga ke adama senyan nyama tanke anambon Akwa Ibom ebono kemen ye mbogi ngommo ayo atanke men ado panpo ano bio keroro eyem moporo aro diana kamu kara senyen ari daro songisanga una mememe kini udiana akamu kara kebia state sa ude tuku ari dat mbon abia state usang meti woro kokoro ke me local government area kere ye member nkoro unirong eya banga ke mboge mememe nko ego yang di tobasi esni dem ke di na mutemo basi ke presa di ke sere paniko ba e kanebo e di yang basi ami e ke ro pam ko di ko se ke kworo ko mu sene de ke nsi ko basi ke uyo me kombo NTA e mai sa ke nsi ko basi e se na adere nko ngoro ke ba ke nka ko basi e go to True Christian Evangelical Church pastor ko amanon di tobasi temebo yang mana mutemo basi yen so lidem ye kesat apaniko kini Bishop Son Luwa aba ke Zion Deliverance Life Church age kworo ke abanga ukoriko ke bo ke basi afare fanpo ade menemen anyama tang yang di basi ke ku ruang boy de memmo ado yai kai su ejere ke basi kenta True Vine Bible Ministry Pastor Wills amako di basi bo ya eba ke mbengirem eba anti ukun ko sebasi abi nam ke uwe memmo e mai ko iko etoro basi enyan ebe on kamko usong ni to basi e mai tang ukon se mo ibi aito adere iko ngoro o kan ni tiente mongkon atrelo e mani ko to sen fen ni de na basi ya amono ko tan ni to ko e no wa me ko ni nya to sen fen lo ke sam
Sunday AM News. I'm Edidion Iba. The Akwa Ibom State government has expressed readiness to participate in the World Bank erosion project towards tackling erosion gullies in the state. The Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, stated this when he received a delegation from the Federal Ministry of Finance in Government House, Uyo. Elizabeth Doka has details.
On the state government intervention measures on federal roads and erosion sites in the state, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Moses Ekpo, intimated the group that the state government has paid its counterpart fund and urged them to include Akwa Ibom among the benefiting states. He also promised to use the fund judiciously.
Be able to help us get us into the scheme of the project. We'll meet the conditions that we set out for us. Carefully will endeavor to assist us and see that in your team you have 5 points.
The leader of the delegation, Aisha Omar, said their coming is to ascertain the extent of erosion in the state, contribution of the state to World Bank project, and government's willingness to tackle the menace. At the end of the meeting, the Deputy Governor alongside state executive members visited erosion sites including Bruce Street, Etumumana Street, among others. Speaking with newsmen shortly after the inspection, the leader of the team, Aisha Omar, said Akwa Ibom State needs urgent intervention.
I would say that it needs emergency intervention. The erosion is huge, massive, and it has affected businesses, private homes, and some government structures. So it has to be, there's need to address the situation immediately.
In Uyo, Elizabeth Udoka, NTA News.
Today, Monday, November 16, 2015, will be celebrated the world over as the International Day for Tolerance. This follows the United Nations General Assembly declaration mandating all member states to observe the day with activities. In Akwa Ibom State, the international event will be commemorated with a special peace meeting at the border local government area of Oborakara with the Deputy Governors of Akwa Ibom and Abia States in attendance. The Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Moses Ekpo, who is also the chairman of the State Boundary Committee, says the observance of the day in the state is aimed at underscoring the need for tolerance, most especially in border communities. According to him, tolerance and forbearance are qualities that are most needed in the world today, especially the border areas where intolerance accounts for the reason for most inter-border skirmishes, which oftentimes culminate in full-scale warfare, leading to monumental loss of life and property. He re-emphasized the need for peaceful coexistence between Akwa Ibom people and all its neighbors, noting that for the Ndomi Emmanuel administration's industrialization revolution to succeed, the governor is emphatic that peace must remain the watchword. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Deputy Governor's Office, Nkobulwe Kaiko, indicated that the Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor will be leading the state's delegation to the event, while his Abia State counterpart, Sir Ude Oduchukwu, will be leading his state team, comprising local government caretaker chairmen, commissioners, traditional rulers, and community leaders, as well as all stakeholders from the common border communities to the meeting. Now to religious affairs, Christians have been admonished to work in the house of God wholeheartedly and with sincerity to attract favor from God. This was the focus at different churches in Uyo as members gathered to worship God. Kiniedo Pasco.
At the True Christian Evangelical Church, Pastor Ekong advised Christians to always work for God without pride, but with a heart of truth, humility, and purity for the growth of God's work in the church.
Before you can testify to that character of a person, it means you have to walk in honesty, you have to walk with all amount of sincerity in the house of God.
Bishop Sunday Uwa of Zion Deliverance Life Church said with God all things are possible and urged Christians to always have faith and believe in whatever they ask from God. at the True Vine Bible Ministries Incorporated, Pastor Wills charged Christians to get set for the long-awaited change, as their lives will never remain the same.
We have faith, but that faith that will change something for good is our problem.
So be friendless, very faithful, because God, even God, is a God of change.
The services featured songs rendition, praise and worship, and prayers. Some worshippers say the services were fulfilling.
Today is a special service. Whatever you ask God, God will surely do it for you. And whatever problem we have, if you go to God in prayer and also believe in Him, that whatever problem you have, the God will surely solve that problem for us.
And you cannot be the best except you fear God and you honor God.
This, as you've come to meet us rejoicing, we are rejoicing because of the faithfulness of the Lord. And beyond that, we are saying that our God is a deliverer.
And ask God, Father, the time has come. Let us not go into the year that is coming in without having testimony.
In Uyo, Kini, Edu, NTA News.
The member for Abak State constituency in the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Elder Friday Ewok, has expressed commitment to the projection of God's work in appreciation of his benevolence over the years. Elder Ewok made this known at the November edition of God's Agenda monthly prayer meeting at Abak. Marian Vincent Toko reports that members of the group turned out in their numbers to celebrate God's faithfulness and the victory granted Elder Ewok at the Elections Petition Tribunal.
It was a moment of joy and excitement as members of God's Agenda Fellowship, a non-denominational group, came together to appreciate God for His mercies in the November edition of their monthly prayer meeting. In his message, presiding Bishop of Great Faith Church, Bishop Udeme Simon, charged the people to cultivate the habit of thanksgiving and shun bitterness, which he says is unacceptable to God.
But a man with a thankful heart, a woman with thankful heart, will access the gate of God.
Initiator of God's Agenda and member representing Abak State constituency, Elder Friday Ewok, and his wife Grace appreciated members of the group for their prayers and support. They paid special tribute to God for the victory at the just concluded Election Petitions Tribunal and pledged to continue to protect the interests of Abak people for greater development.
After the election, I was in the tribunal in Abuja. I spent a whole lot of 2 months taking 20-something witnesses to Abuja and spend a whole lot of time and energy. And when we came back, there's nothing we could do than to say thank you, God. That's why everybody's excited, everybody's humble about the manner and the way God had to let the case go.
The Director General of AKBC, Pastor Enite Ukpe, in his goodwill message, commended Elder Ewok for his commitment to God and concern for the people of Abak and urged other politicians to emulate him.
I sincerely believe that this kind of thing should be replicated by other God-fearing men in politics. You need a strong, godly foundation to succeed.
The service, which is the first after Elder Ewok's tribunal victory, featured testimonies and songs rendition. He was also presented with Excellence in Leadership Award by National Association of Akwa Ibom State Students, UNIO Chapter, as well as Victory Gift from the Women of God's Agenda Fellowship. God's Agenda was initiated by Elder Friday Ewok 4 years ago. In Abak, Marian Vincent Toko, NTA News.
Have you ever considered what you can do to put the smiles on the faces of people in prison? Did I hear you say, do they deserve anything more? Well, Ifeoma Ihoje, what is your view on this?
Edidium, if I must answer your last question, I would say yes. Prison inmates deserve everything good, as this can change their perception and prepare them for a more purposeful life after their jail term.
This may be one of the reasons that some individuals and organizations go all out to brighten their lives with fun-filled activities. One of such programs organized for Uyo prison inmates was the Say No to Crime charity concert. The organizer, Mr. Uduak Udonkan, says the concert is aimed at sensitizing inmates on contemporary security challenges and its implications on socio-economic development of Nigeria.
It's designed to encourage inmates to be productive while they are in prison custody.
Etima Michael, alongside other artists, were on hand to raise their hope with various pieces of music. Motivational speeches came from some guests, including Ida James, while the Deputy Controller in charge of Uyo Prison, Reverend Ben Rabbi Friedman, commended the program.
The pieces of advice that have been given to them by the various speakers is intended to help them learn one or two lessons. Run away from crime, avoid those crimes that will cause them run in conflict with the law.
There are people who were in prison and at the end they saw themselves in the palace. Your purpose can take you to prison, but your purpose will not leave you in the prison. It will take you to the palace. President Obasanjo was in prison, and he came out of the prison to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
This program encouraged prison inmates to engage in meaningful activities such as script writing, drama presentation, sports, and even academic work. In Uyo, Ifeoma Ihoje, NTN News.
Love, commitment, and dedication have been identified as the bedrock of any successful marriage. Reverend Joseph Eton of the Presbyterian Church, 4 Towns, Uyo, made these known at the wedding ceremony between Mr. Michael Okodesian and Ms. Jane Esiere. Itubachibom brings us details.
The wedding ceremony attracted people from all walks of life, including the wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor, Mrs. Massa Udom Emmanuel, and the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Glory Edet. Reverend Joseph Eton, in his message, advised the couple to allow God into their family, stressing the need for peaceful coexistence, which he said attracts the presence of God. The couple exchanged marriage vows and signed the marriage register.
I wed you. With this ring, I marry you. With my body, I honor you. With my money, I honor you. And all my worldly goods, I share with you. All my worldly goods I share with you. In the name of the Father,
in the name of the Father,
and of the Son,
and of the Son,
and of the Holy Spirit.
And of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Mrs. Masa Udomi Mano, and the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, advised the couple to always look up to God at every point of their lives and shun third-party involvement in their marriage.
I want to tell you, let God be at the center of your marriage. In everything you do, if God is not there, you will not succeed.
I know and I believe that marriage is something that God honors, and you have to do your best as a wife or as a husband and leave the remaining for God to do.
The couple thereafter proceeded to the reception. In his remark, chairman on the occasion, Mr. Andemorok, emphasized on the need for couples to practice unity at all levels and learn to handle issues without interference. The couple later cut the wedding cake, fed each other, and took to the dance floor. A traditional marriage had earlier been held amidst fanfare. The event showcased the rich cultural heritage of Ini people and the traditional meal popularly known as Udai Benge. It featured the official handing over and advice from parents.
Advise her to use the Bible daily and to the prayer. My daughter is to live peacefully with the husband and the family of the husband.
Blessing. Nothing on earth would hinder their progress. In
God-fearing wife, a caring wife, a loving wife, a wife full of wisdom, a precious woman.
My wife is wonderful. That could never happen to me. And enjoy.
In Uyo, Utube Achibong, NTA News.
It was the turn of children born in the month of October to be celebrated at the NTA Uyo Children's Jam. Kiniedu reports that the October edition attracted not only celebrants, but friends, family members, management and staff of NTA Uyo.
It was a remarkable day for children who were born in the month of October, as they came in their numbers to celebrate their birthdays in NTA Uyo. The event featured dance, spelling, quiz competition, Know Your Child segments, eating competition, talent hunts, and lots of other exciting activities.
Capital letter I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-C-E. Letter C-U-L-T-U-R-E.
Nigeria is a great country which must be governed by a great president and a great mind. Nigeria is a state. Nigeria is a country. Nigeria must be governed by great people which have the minds of God in them. 60 seconds make 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 hour. 24 hours make 1 day. 7 days make 1 week. 4 weeks make 1 month. 12 months make 1 year. 100 years make 1 century.
Where does mommy work? My mother works as police.
She's correct. Nigeria got its independence in what year?
1st October 1960.
General Manager of NTA Uyo, Elder Chidi Uluka, represented by Manager Programs Mrs. Rita Wakwe, advised the children to always obey their parents and take their studies serious because they are the future leaders. She commended the parents for bringing their children every month to celebrate their birthdays, as well as the sponsors of the event.
I thank most of you mothers who bring your children to come and celebrate your birthday. And also for those of us that are coming for the first time, this tribe will convince you that NTA Uyo is at home to give you a special treat, not just for the fun, but for learning.
High point of the celebration was the cutting of the October birthday cakes by celebrants, assisted by the family members and friends. The mother of the day, Mrs. Mercy Udonkwa, celebrants and parents appreciated the management of NTA Uyo for their love for children.
I love what I'm seeing here and equally encourage the management to keep it up.
I like it because it makes me happy of celebrating my birthday.
I'm very happy to
doing my birthday here. I'm wishing them long life, prosperity, and I also pray that the children that are celebrating their birthday today, they shall be a useful citizen to this country.
I pray that the Lord should give them long life, and in whatever they do, they will prosper.
In all, the October edition was not only fulfilled, as the celebrants also smiled home with lots of gifts. The November edition will hold on Saturday, November 28, 2015. In Uyo, Kini Edu, NTA News.
And now to a bit of sports news. The Nigerian Under-23 team has escaped a plane crash while traveling to Gambia on Sunday morning as part of preparations for the African Under-23 Championship build for Senegal. The Dream Team 6 opted for the West African country as the initial trip to Morocco was cancelled due to visa issues. A senior official of the team said the pilot of the aircraft made an emergency landing due to technical problems, and the team is said to be in Accra. The weather forecast for today, Monday, November 16, 2015, shows that the morning period will be cloudy at 23 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon at 32 degrees Celsius, it will be mostly cloudy. And the evening period at 26 degrees Celsius will also be cloudy. Security for one is security for all. Report suspicious movement around your environment to security agents. That's our message for you this morning. Join us again at 7 o'clock this evening for another package. Good morning.